Hello and thanks for joining us. This is the Signaturetv 30 Minutes. I am Damilola Abudu. In the headlines, President Buhari extends Inspector General of Police Tenure. Abuja court orders the reopening of Wuse and UTC markets in Abuja. Anxiety in Kwara State over relocation of Fulani herders to the state. And now, the details. The Minister of Police Affairs, Mohammed Dinyadi, on Thursday said the President Muhammadu Buhari has extended the tenure of Mohammed Adamu as Inspector General of Police for 3 months. The minister disclosed this in an interview with State House correspondent at the Presidential Villa in Abuja. He said the extension was necessary to give room for proper selection of a successor. The Ooni of Ife, Oba Enitan Ogunwusi, has described the comments made against him by the acclaimed Yoruba warlord Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, as irresponsible. Oba Ogunwusi, who spoke through his spokesman, Moses Olafere, said the palace was not ready to engage Adeyemo formally on the matter, but the issue of the threat of violence against the monarch would be handled appropriately. Adeyemo, while taking part in a virtual town hall meeting on Wednesday morning with Nigerians in diaspora, attacked some Southwest leaders. He accused the Ooni of Ife of receiving a cash gift from President Muhammadu Buhari when he visited the presidential villa recently. Reacting to the threat, the monarch said no true Yoruba would speak in such a manner as Adeyemo had spoken, saying his conduct and attitude cast doubt on his true intention defending the Yorubas. The Ooni spokesman, Olafere, said Adeyemo was going overboard in his conduct and that he should not believe that he is bigger than the authorities. TP market located in Gwarimpa area of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, went up in flames in the early hours of Thursday, destroying many shops, warehouses, and other business in the area. As the traders count their losses, the Federal Capital Territory authorities said they will look into the challenge of urban planning to prevent such fires in the future. Signaturetv correspondent Chibueze Obi reports.
According to the traders, the fire, whose cause is yet to be determined, began about 12 a.m. on Thursday morning and swept through many buildings, destroying structures, goods, and properties.
Like this place that was not burned before we came and see this place. This place has been broken and things were carried out.
Here, I sell provisions. There is nothing, we didn't pick out anything here. And this is my sister's own here. She sells bakery things. There's nothing. I have another one. I sell materials inside there. Nothing came out of it.
He cannot tell exactly how the thing can happen. So that's why I'm telling that, okay, I'm coming this morning. When I came, I see everywhere is clear.
The Federal Minister of State, Ramat Aliyu, who was one of the early official callers, said that the fire could not be contained because there was no access road into the market, which made it difficult for the firefighters to quench the inferno. She promised that the FUT authority would meet to ascertain the extent of damage and work out compensation for those who were affected.
Even though they were overwhelmed, but then the case could have been different if there was access road. This will also be looked into because this takes us to the issue of proper town planning. When markets are organized and designed, we will ensure that there are access roads. It is for our own safety. This should not happen in a city like the Federal Capital Territory. Your lives and properties will be safeguarded by proper urban planning. The next markets we are going to have will be well organized and coordinated. All hands will be on deck to ensure that we bring support to those who were affected.
The Managing Director of the Federal Housing Authority, Benga Ashafa, commended the police and the fire service for their intervention which stopped the fire and limited the damage. He promised that the authority would support the affected traders after the cause and the extent of the damage have been determined.
To assure you that your followership here by way of the Nigerian citizens who are trading here will be taken care of at the end of our investigation.
The Tipa Market incident will be about the second Abuja market fire in just 1 month. The first being the Kuba Furniture Market fire, which also destroyed goods worth millions of naira in early January. Chibuezobi in Abuja for Signaturetv.
The Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA's) mobile court has ordered the reopening of Wuse, UTC Market and Mog Shopping Plaza that was shut down on Monday in Abuja for violating COVID-19 safety protocol. The court also slammed the fine of 50,000 naira each on the 3 facilities for flouting COVID-19 health protection regulations, Act 2021, which must be paid before the reopening. Ikaru Atta, Head, Media and Enlightenment of FCT Ministerial Task Force on Enforcement of COVID-19 Protocols, who announced this at a news briefing in Abuja, added that the facilities were unsealed following the court's order. While warning that any further violation would lead to a complete shutdown of the market, Atta said the fine was expected to serve as a deterrent to other market operators, managers, associations, and even bars. Responding, Ibrahim Abdullahi, the Managing Director of Mog Properties Limited and managers of Mog Shopping Plaza, assured that the facility would comply with the safety protocol. A total of 134,960 COVID-19 cases have been reported in Nigeria after 1,138 new infections were recorded in 21 states across the country on Wednesday. Nigerians' daily COVID-19 infections have averaged over 1,000, indicating how fast the disease has spread compared to when the country recorded its first case of the virus in February last year. The adverse impact of the spike in new cases have been more deaths as the Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) announced that 5 people died from COVID-19 on Wednesday night. Meanwhile, there are nearly 25,000 patients still receiving treatment in isolation centers across the country. The membership registration exercise of the All Progressives Congress (APC) turned violent on Wednesday in Kwara State as members of 2 factions of the party clashed in Ilorin. The violence erupted at the banquet hall of Kwara State Government House, where a meeting was holding ahead of the registration exercise. The APC Registration and Revalidation Committee called the meeting to ensure a smooth registration exercise amid the protracted crisis in the party in Kwara, which worsened after the removal of Bashir Bolariwa as the party chairman. Bolariwa was removed by the National Caretaker Committee of the party, led by Yobe State Governor Mai Malabuni, who was replaced with Abdullahi Samari 2 weeks ago. The development was a fallout of a rift between Governor Abdurrahman Abdurrazak and a group of party leaders led by the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed. Although the national and north central leaders of the party have intervened in the rift, no solution has been found. This has led to fears of the factions conducting parallel registration exercises in the state. The Wednesday clash started after supporters of Governor Abdulrazak stopped Bolariwa and his supporters from entering the banquet hall for the meeting. This resulted to exchange of blows and throwing of chairs between the rival sets of supporters. The recent migration of Fulani people and cattle herders from neighboring southwest states into Kwara is causing anxiety in the southern district of the state. However, the state government has urged the people not to panic, but to ensure they live in harmony with the new settlers. The new arrivals are believed to have moved northward into Kwara following their expulsion from southwest states. Kwara State residents, mostly farmers, said they feared the development would reenact their past experience with herders. The self-acclaimed Yoruba activist Sunday Igboho has apologized to the Oni of Ife, Enitan Ogunwusi, for describing him as a Fulani slave. The apology came less than 24 hours after he accused Oba Ogunwusi of not telling President Muhammadu Buhari about the travails of Yoruba people during their last meeting in Abuja. Igboho, in a video on Wednesday night, admitted that his tongue misbehaved when insulting Oba Ogunwusi and sought for forgiveness, adding that he sees him as his father. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has urged the Court of Appeal in Lagos State to list Mohammed Yunusa, a judge recently discharged of bribery charges, for a retrial. The Lagos State High Court in Ikeja had, in a ruling on January 25th, discharged Mr. Yunusa of the bribery charges, citing a December 23, 2020 letter by the National Judicial Council, which lifted the suspension given to him in July 2016. EFCC prosecutor Wahab Shitu had called 10 prosecution witnesses, with only about 2 more to be presented when the court struck out Yunusa's name from the charges. And ordered his alleged accomplice, Esther Agbo, to continue facing the trial. Dissatisfied with the trial court's ruling, the commission filed a notice of appeal to challenge it at the Court of Appeal in Lagos on Wednesday. The Anti-Corruption Agency raised 3 grounds of appeal in the notice of appeal, noting that the trial judge's ruling attempted to confer immunity on Yunusa as a judicial officer, even when the Nigerian Constitution does not grant such immunity. The federal government on Wednesday has approved the establishment of 20 new private universities in Nigeria. The approval followed a memo presented by the Minister of Education, Adamu. On the foreign scene, the trial of Gabriel Masakoi, a former Sierra Leone rebel commander who was accused of committing war crimes in Liberia between 1999 and 2003, began on Wednesday in the Finnish city of Tampere. Masakoi, 51, entered the Pekamal District Court wearing a grey pinstripe suit and a face mask. The session commenced with an official reading of the charges levied against him by State Prosecutor Tom Lightinen. He is accused of killing dozens of civilians and raping 7 women in the village of Kamatahun, Lofa County. The charges also include several allegations of cannibalism. As the charges were being read, Masakoi's attention was fixed on the court's assigned translator sitting next to him. Masakoi's defense team denies the charges, saying that Masakoi was not present in Liberia during the time that the crimes allegedly took place. The first part of the trial in Finland will conclude on February 12. A Milan court on Wednesday accepted evidence sourced from U.S. banking giant JP Morgan as part of the Malabu OPL 245 corruption trial. The court also accepted evidence of an email allegedly sent by former Nigerian Attorney General Bello Adoke from the email address of a company allegedly owned by a middleman named in the controversial deal as Abubakar Aliu. Despite opposition by the oil companies at the last sitting of the court, the Milan court accepted the evidence acquired by Milan prosecutors from UK authorities. Prosecutors argued that Adoke sent instructions about the transfer of OPL 245 1.1 billion payment by Eni and Shell from email address of a certain group properties said to be owned by Aliu Abubakar. A statement circulated by Human and Environmental Development Agenda, HEDA, on Wednesday night said the Milan court denied Adoke's claim that the email was not his. The new evidence accepted by the court claimed that the former Nigeria Attorney General shared with JP Morgan an unofficial copy of the agreement of OPL 245 signed by the federal government of Nigeria with Eni, Shell and Malabu. Adoke had, in his response, accused the Italian prosecutor of fabricating evidence against him, adding that it was a total forgery. In sports, the Nigeria Professional Football League continued on Wednesday across 7 match venues, with Abia Warriors securing a 4-1 first win at home against Sunshine Stars. Abia Warriors secured their first win of the season against Benga Ogumbote-led Sunshine Stars, ending the Stars' 9-game unbeaten run against their side. In the entertainment world, a Nollywood actor, Emeka Ani, has called on Nigerians to support him financially to take care of his medical condition. The actor, who has been off the scene for a while, went public on his illness for the first time on social media. He said, since December 7, he has been in the hospital for a major surgery, and after the surgery, it's degenerated to a very dangerous health challenge. The actor spoke from his hospital bed at Dr. Lugard Hospital in Owerri, Imo State, where he is currently receiving treatment. His appeal comes just as the Actors Guild of Nigeria launched an appeal fund aimed at providing urgent medical intervention to hailing Nollywood actors and assisting families of late actors. Before we end the news, a recap of our headlines again. President Muhammadu Buhari extends Inspector General of Police tenure by 3 months. Abuja court orders the reopening of Wuse and UTC markets in Abuja. Anxiety in Kwara State over relocation of Fulani herders to the state. Please stay safe, maintain physical and social distance, and wear your nose mask while going about your daily activities. That's the signature 30 minutes. On behalf of my producer, Obomanu Marvelous, I am Damilola Abudu. Thank you for watching.